the Simpson Desert. One of the bucket list four-wheel drive trips in Australia.
Heck, you're in one of the most remote places in the world.
There's no fuel.
Getting a little bit low on just about everything.
A once-in-a-lifetime flood. And no help for hundreds of Ks. We can't actually retreat.
The Nissan is hemorrhaging oils. It's actually a lot worse than we thought.
But you want to know what makes it even more epic? Up in a second. Come on, old girl.
Old cool cars out in the Simpson Desert.
The old G60. We got her back on the road. That's right. We're taking on the Simpson Desert in these two old beaters. You see, this trip has been a dream for me and Shaun and is years in the making. Of course, I'm running my old Nissan G60. We've taken on Tasmania and Cape York, but now I'm bringing it home to take on one of the most remote trips you can do on four wheels. Shaun is behind the wheel of his beloved 40 Series, the farm truck, which is pretty bare bones with a fridge, swag, and a heck of a lot of gumption. It's good to be back behind the wheel of a vehicle that you've got to drive, you've got to hold on. It's only got 3 gears. Don't have much to choose from here. 2 old trucks, the Simpson Desert, and Jock. All good things must come to an end. How are you, Jocko?
It's been a very long time since the 3 amigos were back together. I'm excited to be on a trip with all the lads. Mate, I'm running support truck for this trip, and I've got plenty of fuel on the back for the big G60 and all the other vehicles in the convoy. So I'm keen as to get into the Simpson Desert with you boys. It's going to be epic, I reckon.
Now the 3 of us might be back together, but no trip is complete without a good bunch of mates to join us, including Az from Mitts.
Skating all over the place.
And of course Pete, wheeling the mighty Ultimate 9GU.
Haven't experienced the outback until you've been in the bull dust.
The track we plan to take across is known as the Madigan Line. It's one of the hardest desert crossings on offer, stretching 700 k's west to east and covering over 900 sand dunes. And to add to the challenge, we've gotten word from some mates out at Birdsville that the eastern half of the Simpson is experiencing a once-in-a-lifetime flood, with record-breaking flooding in the top end flowing down into the Great Artesian Basin and eventually ending up in Lake Eyre. Not much has abated, as you can see. It's still pretty gnarly.
Look at how much water on the start of this track. It's the last thing I expected to do a water crossing at the start of a desert crossing.
And just to get to the start of the Madigan Line, we first have to tackle the Bins track. It's a 400k run that leads to a remote pub and refuel stop, and the last bit of civilization we're going to see before we tackle over 700k's of harsh desert terrain. But it's not long before we run into our first dilemma.
You hopefully want to make it, my rule of thumb is more than a day or maybe more than half an hour in.
When you're less than a day's drive into a 15-day journey across the centre of Oz, a blown tyre does become a bigger issue.
With a few mechanical dramas and a fair bit of distance covered, the day has gotten away from us. And still, with over 100 kilometres between us and the edge of the Simpson, we pull up stumps so we can get away in the early morning.
Well, it's morning 1. We've only just started. In fact, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, we've only done about 200 kilometres from Alice Springs, but have a look at the views so far. Early morning, everyone's up nice and early this morning. That range is just lighting up nice and red. And today, the key is to try and get right on the edge of the Simpson Desert. Big G60, touch wood, is going real well. All the other trucks are humming along nicely. And everyone's just starting to, just do that thing where you just breathe out and just suck all of this back in. Simpson Desert, old trucks, good mates.
One major factor we've had to consider when taking these old tracks through the desert is supplies, and more specifically, fuel supplies. These old trucks may be well built, but they were never meant to be economical or comfortable. Not too far out of camp, the G60 runs into its first dilemma. All right, well, this is a pivotal moment in the trip. The big girl's just run out of fuel. I've done that on purpose because I wanted to try and figure out what my range is.
Unfortunately, my range is nowhere near what I remember it being. I'll do some sums in a minute, but we're looking at using a lot more fuel than I first thought. So I'm going to fill this back up again and just refresh my memory on just how much capacity I've got in the main tank. But we've only done 160k and I'm out of fuel. Anyway, let's fuel her up, see what I'm getting per litre, and make a decision from there.
That's not...
So it's about 20 litres per 100.
There you go. All right, well, let's get you loaded up and...
Done. Get on the way.
Stop it! Weapon. And away we go. Well, boys, welcome to the Oasis, a pub in the outback. A cold beer, none other than Mount Dare. It may not seem like much from the outside, but when you're 500 clicks from anywhere, Mount Dare offers everything you need, including the final fuel stop for 700 Ks.
There's 27 jerry cans on the back here, bunch of diesel, bunch of petrol, even more diesel over there, and a couple of water ones as well. We're all fueled up, ready to go. Let's get into it.
Start of the mighty Madigan Line. One of the bucket list four-wheel drive trips in Australia for a lot of people. It's rugged, it's long, corrugated. The perfect time of year to do it though, in the old truck. It really, for me, is something of a dream. But what is the old Madigan Line? Why is it called the Madigan Line? Well, in 1939, Cecil Madigan, he was the first European to successfully cross the Simpson Desert from west to east. Took him about 35 days and he did it using camels. Today, it's the most northerly east-west or west-east crossing you can do, the Simpson Desert, and it's kind of remained one of the harder ones to do, primarily just because of the distance you've got to travel to do the entire thing. But it is far, far more adventurous. So for us, it makes perfect sense that we should tackle the mighty Madigan Line. Due to the nature of the flooding, we're tackling the Madigan Line west to east, meaning the dunes, they start off relatively small and get bigger as you push further east. However, in these old trucks, any dune could pose a challenge. This one looks a bit softer than the other, Shauno.
Yeah, I might even give you some space here, mate.
Ooh. Yeah, I just idled over the top of that just, mate, just.
Oh, just.
Have a go at these dunes behind me. They're really starting to pop up now. We've got us a doozy in front of us right here. The eastern side of these dunes is a lot steeper than the western side. That's why you do the Madigan Line in the direction we're currently doing it. This little girl though, she seems to just know what to do. Seems to just kind of point her nose at it, and away she goes. Another one down. 9,999 to go. As the dunes start to take shape, they've claimed their first victim.
And I'm not going down without a fight. With a couple of max tracks underneath and the big block inline 6 firing on all cylinders, the farm truck is up and over. Bring it on, Simo. We just made that, I think.
I'm gonna need to carry a bit of momentum through these ones. Flexi dog. Come on.
The dune is well cut up now, and the holes are getting deep, and the support truck is the next vehicle to go down.
I've lifted a wheel on a sand dune. How good is this?
I was about to say, is that a wheel lift there?
Somehow Jocko's managed to get that D-MAX proper stuck. But with a bit of left and right on the old steering wheel, he's free.
Almost didn't get out of that one. I think I'm going to have a bit more momentum coming up here. That's the spirit, mate. Get up it.
But on his second attempt, it's the same result.
Yeah, wow. One more go. All right, come on, D-MAX. We're not letting Shaun pull you back. Come on! Yeah, buddy! Well, I tell you what, I needed to get into that one proper, but boys, with a bit more suspension travel, you'll nail that one. Get into it.
Pete's been round deserts before and knows the ins and outs of driving dunes, so he sails up. Az has seen what he needs to do and gives it the berries.
Oh, it's a pump second. Holy, I've got it. I'm moving still. If you're moving, don't stop. Go. Yes.
Rightio, so we've established the Madigan Line, put through 1939. Let's fast forward now, about 30 odd years, early 1960s. Bloke by the name of Reg Sprigg. He and his family, his wife and his 2 young kids, decided they were going to cross the Simpson Desert from Old Andando Station we went past earlier, right the way through to Birdsville, following in the footsteps, or the camel steps I should say, of old Cecil. What makes that so darn impressive is that it was the very first crossing of the Simpson Desert by a European in a motorised vehicle. What vehicle did Reg Sprigg cross the Simpson Desert in? That's right, he crossed it in a short wheel-based G60 Patrol. Like I said, he did it with his wife and his 2 young kids. Took him about 12 days and he carried everything he needed for the crossing. Went all the way across the Simpson Desert with absolutely zero mechanical issues. The dunes didn't pose a problem. The big 6-cylinder had no issue coasting over the top of the dunes. That wasn't the issue. It was in here. It was in the swales between the dunes. When he would come across these big Spinifex humps here, get hung up on them occasionally, and the stinking hot exhaust would start to smoulder the Spinifex. 200 litres of fuel on board. It was all hands on deck, including the kids, to get the heck out of there. Crossing the Simpson Desert in the 60s, first European in a G60 Patrol. How sick is that? For now, we push on. Just as I thought the G60 was running smooth as silk, she runs into some trouble.
The thing with old trucks, I was just underneath here because I could smell petrol, which I still can smell, and I noticed some sort of liquid right down here. It doesn't smell anything like petrol, it smells like oil. And so I followed the blood trail all the way up to here. And as you can see, there's oil where it shouldn't be.
It seems the G60 has sprung a pretty bad oil leak, and this isn't really the place to be hemorrhaging oil.
I think it's your sender.
Whoa!
What was that? That fell through some rust. Yep, it's the back of the sender.
Okay.
As soon as you start it, hemorrhages out.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, mate.
Well, as you can see,
Thanks.
it's day 2 in the desert at the moment. The Nissan is hemorrhaging oils. It's got fuel issues, all sorts of dramas. If anything, the old farm trucks has got more reliable. It's a strange thing.
The sender is what lets the gauge know how much oil pressure I've got. And if I'm being completely honest, it's not worked since I got the vehicle. This means we can bypass it. But the issue is finding another bolt with the correct thread to plug the hole where the sender goes.
This has got quite a unique thread, the bolt that we need. So we're actually going to try and see if we can't steal another Nissan bolt that might be the same thread. This one looks pretty close,
We don't
actually.
need that one.
That's not fine enough.
But with no luck in the engine bay or the spares kit, it's on to the next plan. Trying to seal the leak on the sender itself.
A little bit of gasket maker. We're just hoping that that might be our little friend over here. It might just seal what we need. It's basically putting gasket maker over the top of the Sikaflex they've used back in the day. It might work, but that's the thread we want. It's quite fine. So at least we put it in, it'll seal it. Yeah, it's dripping. See, the gasket maker is great when it's under pressure from two surfaces, or you need a good 24 hours for it to cure properly. You don't really want to sit here for 24 hours. I mean, it's not a bad campsite.
Attempt number 2 is a no-go, and we're slowly running out of ideas.
Do you know what I've got? I've got this really nice Loctite glue that sets instantly fast and is crazy. It's crazy. It's like 40 bucks for a little dog, and it's, if you can't knock it on your fingers, but the second you do, it's 2 days. You can't get it off. You gotta wait till it grows out.
You gotta grow new skin.
Let's give that a go. It won't take long. Well, this is round 2. Just got some 406 here. We're giving this a little go. And look, the boys are a bit apprehensive, and I don't blame them.
Not so much that, I'm a little bit concerned that if it does work, you've just fixed my car with super glue.
Super glue, but it's super strong, this stuff. And it held a flare on Sooty once in the Cape. And
doesn't have to hold that much force.
Yeah, the rag stuck to it, so that's part of it now. You just don't want to get it all over your fingers like I sort of have. But what we're going to do is actually put a bunch in here and clean this oil out, and actually try and stop the oil going into the sender. The sender's bugged anyway. You could even do.
Stick something in there. Like
Yeah, you could actually find like if
Bit of aluminium foil or something.
Yeah, I was thinking some wire.
Mm-hmm. Here comes our rescue.
There we go. Doesn't seem to be leaking. Well, that's a little win for now.
It is, mate, for now. I'll keep a close eye on it.
Yeah.
Every time we stop, I'll jump out and check it.
He's got to get creative sometimes.
I can't believe Toyota driver has suggested super glue to fix a Nissan.
Yeah, mate, I wasn't going to use any of the good stuff, put it that way.
He's used super glue. Never would have seen that happen before, but I reckon if it works, I'll be stoked, mate. We've got a long way to go.
Yep. You just got wires off, there's things missing.
Don't you worry about it, I don't need that.
Love these old Nissans.
Mate, that's just a waste of energy. Put that back down.
Mate, just go.
Let's keep this real handy, bud.
Get the tyre
Keep
wire.
that real handy.
For now, we're going to push on, with the lead vehicle being held together with, yep, you guessed it, glue. But out here, you got to take what you can get.
Shauno, get a load of this, mate.
I know, this is proper Simpson Desert if you ask me. Sand dunes, red dirt everywhere. Pretty specky, mate. And how's that old truck of yours handling, mate? She's still leaking oil or what?
When you said you were going to get a bottle of super glue out and fix my car, I thought you were having a bit of a stitch up. No, mate, no, I'm not leaking any oil at all. So look, touch wood, cross fingers, should be good to go. How good are old trucks, mate? Just stunning out here. I love this time of day. That sunlight starts to come right on down and the dunes really start to light up. You get that vibrant red that you see in all the photos of the Simpson Desert. You can kind of see it starting to happen now. Man, I love this place. It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. If you've never done this, get out of here. Give it a crack. Jono, mate, I don't know about you or all the rest of the crew. I am tonguing for a beer. Well, these are the only trees I've seen for about 100k, so how about we nuzzle in here somewhere?
Yeah, it's a good plan. I'll follow you, mate.
What a spot. One of the best things about the Simpson Desert is, of course, the camping. A trackside camp here is as good, if not better, than nearly anywhere else you'll find across Oz.
I've been living out of these tread storage boxes on the back of the D-MAX, doing some proper R&D with these things, and they have been unreal. Not once have they let dust in because they got a real good seal, under here, under the lid, the little imprints here are designed to fit Weber feet. You've got a link here for your bottle opener that doubles as a link for the lids. The fact that two of them stacked together equals the height of one big one, or this width is exactly the same as in between the wheel arches on a Hilux tub. So if you've got a modern dual cab ute, you can stack them side by side like that and they'll fit mint right up against your headboard. It's good to know that I've got a nice, tough, strong, Australian-made box on the back of the D-MAX.
Whilst the days are nice and warm, after the sun drops, so does the temperature. But the Gidgee wood out here is some of the best wood you'll find in the world. And before long, the boys have got the fire cranking.
Have a look at that. Camped right on the Madigan here. What's great about this little spot that I found here is it's the only sort of decent trees and firewood that I've literally seen for the last 100 Ks. That's the magic number. That's what we managed to crank out today despite some mechanical dramas early on this morning. My back and shoulders are really telling me two things. One, the old G60 is old and rickety. Number two, I'm old and rickety. I'm really feeling it this afternoon, but at the same time, sense of great accomplishment to get this far into the Madigan. We've got so far to go. But look at the light right now. Look at this, middle of the Simo, no noise. Freaking love this place. Folks, put it on your bucket list. Somewhere high up the order too. Right now, if you'll excuse me, I think you'll agree, I deserve this. Cheers.
But there's one more surprise in store tonight, and that's Chef Whale's cooking.
Oh, how good's this? I mean, Simpson Desert. It's been a long time in between drinks. I haven't been here for about 5 years, I reckon, and something tells me that Graham is straight back in my fridge. I tell you what, nothing has changed.
There you go, mate. My
Thanks,
shout.
mate. I really appreciate it, champion.
Cheers, brother.
Thanks, mate.
Simpson, Madigan Line.
How good is it though? With old trucks too, as well.
Yeah, well.
We've got the, and I'm gonna be really honest with you guys. It's gonna be a very simple cooking setup.
What are you cooking?
I'm gonna do a roast chicken.
Oh,
But
my favourite.
with a twist, of course. I'm actually gonna make a bit of a spice mix. Now, guys, this is pretty agricultural.
Is this a Byron Bay spice mix or a?
How do you pronounce that one?
That's marjoram.
Marjoram. It's a nice little green one. Lemon pepper. I'll need that.
Lemon pepper.
Oregano.
Oregano.
Bit of garlic powder.
Garlic powder.
Some salt. We'll need some table salt. And smoked paprika. What I'm making is a basic rub. So I'm going to rub that chicken down. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep.
Yep. Now you can buy rubs, of course. You can. You can. Sometimes they're remedial. Sometimes no. But just massage it out. That'll do.
Copy that.
So now what we're dealing with is this spice mix. You remember a long time ago you and I did beer can chicken.
Vaguely.
So we're doing that again. The difference is tonight we've got a few more blokes, so we're going to have a couple more birds, if you know what I'm saying.
Yep, I do.
So we're going to fit them in the one pot.
I've been to Bucks parties.
So I'm going to jump into the Dominic, I'll get the birds, and if you can prep the landing strip, it will be right. Sometimes they say three's a party, mate.
Holy heck, that's good looking birds.
I made sure I got 3 chooks here.
Yeah, look at these girls.
And,
hey, let's light them up.
You know what? But this is
Take your
a
pick,
bit
boys.
of a hands on deck sort of thing. So we're going to need another set of hands, most likely.
Do we need skilled hands or just hands? Because there's a big difference in my opinion.
Anything will do, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's Jock. Jockson,
We're going to need you, mate.
front and centre.
What's going on here?
Well, we got a few birds.
Oh,
here, mate.
Lilydale.
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
three birds. So
Okay,
what we're
what's-
doing is making beer can chook. Now, it's an old recipe I've done a million times before. And the whole thing about this is, now we use half a beer.
Yep.
And it's got to be half, not a full beer. And that beer, that beer is inserted into the chicken. And what happens is,
What?
stay with me. It's inside the chicken, and that cooks and roasts together, and it makes one of the most delicious, juicy chickens you'll ever see. Step one, spread the drumsticks. Jocko, just try and keep it together. Look, this is I think touch your own bird.
Sorry.
So
Sorry.
Spread the drummies. Basically, what you want to do is put that can in there. You want to sit them upright on the can.
Here's your can, Graham.
Is that mine? Okay,
I don't know.
hang on, Jock. Can you do me a favour,
Yeah.
bro? Can you thumb it in?
Yeah.
If I spread. I knew what I was doing.
You know what?
There you go.
Last time we did this, Graham, it was a while back,
Yeah.
but the chickens were much
Smaller, in my humble opinion.
They fit on really easy these days. Oh, Christ, it's just gentle, Jock. Just go gentle, mate. You getting excited? I understand.
It's my first time doing this, mate. I'm getting a bit excited. Oh, do you want me to guide it in?
No, it doesn't need
I'll
much
get the
guiding.
tail. I'll get the tail.
Doesn't need much guiding, straight in. So now we need some olive oil because we need to rub these guys down.
Oh.
So use your hands. They're all chickened up already,
yep,
so
yep.
you can do this now. Oh, crikey.
Could I have a bit more oil on my booty?
Sure.
I'm trying to get the oil. Look at
That's gonna eat well.
I never knew a chicken had a rump. Look at the booty on that. Boys, concentrate. So what we need to do now is put a bit of rub on. Okay? What you're gonna need to do is, so yours has a really big rump on it. What you're gonna need to do, I want you to mainly pay attention to the breast because that is the meatiest part of, not your chicken obviously,
Is that the
but
breast?
most chickens.
That's the breast there.
Yeah,
Okay.
most chickens.
Hit me down here.
Yeah.
Wait, and then catch me outside.
How about
How
that?
about that? There you go.
And you
Jock some.
Give me some, plenty on the back there.
for sharing is caring. You can really help your mate. The whole process here, cover that chook in that seasoning. See, they're looking kind of nice. Into the pan. Three
Exactly.
birds, one camp oven. Chuck him in. Chuck
Right,
him in.
I'm in.
Now the key is
here,
actually
you two.
lock their arms in.
That's it. Come here,
Lock
you
their
two.
arms in. They're already best mates at this stage. There you go.
Oh, look at that.
That's lovely.
Friendship. Look, it's us three.
What we're gonna do? if we were,
I hope it's never us.
You're the one with the flaps on the bottom.
That's me there.
I'm putting extra seasoning on.
Oh yeah, nice.
I'll put a little bit of olive oil in the bottom.
Yep.
And the cool thing about this is it's relatively easy. Get a couple of good mates, get a couple of birds, get a pot, and
Give them a rub.
yeah, that's all you
Get
need
your
to do.
mates to rub the birds
That's all
and-
you need to do.
If you end up looking like that, you've had a good night.
And well, the lid is going to go on.
Yeah.
And basically, we'll chuck that in the coals. I reckon about an hour and a half. What I've got as well is a couple of sweet potatoes.
Oh, lovely.
So we're going to do some sweet potatoes in some foil. We've got some canned veggies. Okay, I've said this is pretty rudimentary. This whole can.
Madigan Line, for goodness sake.
Probably should clean our hands at some stage before you lick your fingers. You'll get very, very crook. You don't want to get that
Chuck
out of
those
here.
on the fire, mate.
I'll carry
Do you need
this.
a shovel?
If you could do some coals. The smells around the camp, I tell you what. Up here, mate, up here. Oh, they're hot.
A lot of pressure, buddy.
I know. Dinner is on the... Ooh, look at this.
Let's have a go. Let's have a go.
Let's see what we're dealing with.
Look at that. Let's see you pick a bird up.
Look at that. Take the can out.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, we're going to do that, don't we?
Go.
There you go. Oh, there's one.
Oh, gee.
Jesus Christ.
Gee.
Jeez, Jock, that's like
Take that with you. Take that with you. Look at that, just breaks away. And that is some of the best chicken you'll ever see in your life.
Look at that, mate.
Bring a little snack pack out. Look at this.
Look at that.
Roast
gee.
veggies.
Here we go, boys, jump in. I think we're on. Grab a plate, grab a snack
come in
pack.
here,
We've got
Pete.
snack packs on the
Come
back of
in
the
here,
tray. If you're the cook, you always get the drumstick. That's the rule there.
My goodness me. I've got a lot of peas there. That'll do me though.
I just wanted to grab your attention for 2 seconds and have a look at that for a camp feed. For something that's been thrown together, chicken just breaks away just like that.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy what it'll happen when you put a beer can up your wahoo.
I know. And
It just keeps it moist.
one of the most juicy chickens you'll ever see. Couple of days in the desert, old trucks with not much going on, we can make a meal like that.
That is superb, man.
I'll tell you what, sit around the fire, enjoy this one.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
It's far out
Try
in
this at
seconds as
home,
well.
folks. Put it. Try this at home.
Yum.
Well guys, hope you're enjoying our Simpson Desert episode. Now I'm here with Pete and it is competition time. Now Pete, if it's okay with you, can we give away maybe 1 or 2 EVCX throttle controllers?
That's a great idea. What about 5? Let's give 5 away. I reckon that's a good number.
Even better.
Yep.
Well, how about this? Right now, we're on a bucket list four-wheel drive trip. Now, if you're planning a four-wheel drive trip, a bucket list four-wheel drive trip, let us know in the comments what you're planning. We'll pick out the best 5 and give them a brand new EVCX throttle controller. Good luck. And here's a little tip. Make sure you turn your notifications on because if you're a lucky winner, we'll notify you in the comments.
Folks, the Runva 11XP Premium is now $150 off its everyday price. It was $1,049. It is now $899. Now, it's only going from the 31st of the 8th to the 13th of September. Jump in there real quick, or you're going to miss out. Where do you go? Only one place, 4drive247.com.
Shaun and I may be running pretty bare bones in the old trucks, but Jock has come well equipped with the D-MAX running as support vehicle, and it's not long before he's got brekkie going on the Barbie. I've got to say, what we've done with the D-MAX to have it ready as a support vehicle is nothing short of epic.
Just finished fueling up all the vehicles for the morning. It's pretty insane how much I can carry on the back of this when you consider it usually has a full-size canopy, but for this trip, being the support truck, we took it off, 4 bolts, unplugged the power, lifted it off and chucked the tray sides on, and look at how much I can fit in here. But one of my favourite parts is, even though I've got heaps of fuel on here and some storage boxes, I haven't lost 30 litres of water up here. I've still got the under tray boxes and the rear pull-out drawer, so I've still got plenty of storage despite not running the canopy. And then, after this trip, once all the fuel's off, I can chuck the canopy back on with 4 bolts and away we go again for some more super touring. But tell you what, loving this versatile setup. It makes a massive difference on trips like this.
While we pack up camp, a message comes in.
Well, I've just got word on the old Zolio here from a couple of mates in Birdsville. We knew there was a bit of water out east in the Simpson, but it's actually a lot worse than we thought. There's some mass flooding right the way through the area out there. And the boys in Birdie are saying our chances of getting through there are, well, the word slim was used. Look, we're going to keep pushing east anyway. Check it out for ourselves and see how we go. But I'm just going to have a word with the lads later on and just let them know and just, have a plan B in mind just in case we can't actually make it across the Simo. The big question then, of course, is going to be fuel. How much fuel have we got and how far have we got to go to get back again?
All right. Come on. Ooh.
Come on, old girl. Like silk.
All right. We're ready.
Woohoo! Probably wondering how the heck am I getting text messages out here in the middle of the Simpson Desert. Of course, there is no 3G coverage right out here. No 4G, no 5G. There's nothing at all except camels and a lot of sand dunes. The way I'm getting text messages is this bad boy over here. It's my Zolio unit. Now, what that basically does is connect your mobile phone to the Iridium satellite network, and it allows you to receive and, most importantly, send text messages back and forth to anyone, anywhere in the world. Super handy out here in the Simo. One thing I don't reckon old Reg Sprigg would have had in the G60 is a Zolio unit. Super handy with a kit though. And like the old explorers before us, we push on into the unknown. And it's not long before we are back into dune country again.
Too easy, mate, too easy. First gear, high range. Up we go, up we go. Oh, hey! Oh, it sounds good. How good does that sound?
But the mechanical dramas seem to be coming at us faster than the dunes themselves.
I don't know if you can hear that, but every time I'm in four-wheel drive in this vehicle, there's a horrible sort of shudder from the front of the drivetrain, so somewhere around my front tail shaft. I'm thinking it shouldn't be the unis, so I got them replaced, but it does sound like uni joints. I'm gonna stop the vehicle, have a look underneath, and hopefully it's nothing too sinister, because I wouldn't like to do the rest of the Simpson Desert in two-wheel drive, especially in the old farm truck. I really do need both of those diffs turning. After a quick look, it seems like there's some play in the unis. It's not a showstopper, but there also really isn't much we can do in the desert, so I'll just have to nurse it in two-wheel drive and only use four-wheel drive when necessary.
That is a big dune. Oh, I don't like his chances.
It's a little G60 that could, mate. Well done.
Ah, crockies, I'm going to use four-wheel drive, just keep an eye for the old prop shaft line out the side. Come on, all the power. Ooh, I don't know about this. Come on, come on, come on, no. Come on.
Oh. He's stuck.
No, I'm going to have to have another go. All right, this is it. Revving it.
Nice right there, mate.
We're revving it. Yeah! Woo! Up we go.
Oh yeah, you've done it.
Yeah.
All right, D-MAX. Let's ease our way up here. Loves it.
Up ahead is the biggest dune we've come across, and with both old trucks nursing some mechanical dramas, we might be in for a fight.
It's a bit of a steeper dune up here. Going to run up this one. Not even close.
She's a bit soft up there, mate.
Yeah, and the old girl runs out of legs too.
Oh, I thought you had all that petrol power, mate.
If Jesse was here, he would have driven it.
Might need to go back a few car lengths, boys.
Really? Big run up, eh? Come on, mate. What would Reg do?
Power!
Oh, he's got it. He's got it.
Oh, so close. Woohoo! There we go. That's the steepest sand dune we've done.
Well, the big G60 got stuck in four-wheel drive. I'm going to try and two-wheel drive because I don't want to put too much pressure on that front tail shaft. I'm going to have to get into it though.
Good luck, mate.
Oh no, I'm going to be coming back in about 2 seconds. That's not the run-up we needed. That's embarrassing.
Hey, I don't want to say that Graham got further on his first try, but I think you can do better than that.
I don't like using four-wheel drive and I don't have to because that front tail shaft won't be good, but I've got no other choice really. Oh no, not even going to make that. Nah. No, that was in four-wheel drive, so that's pretty embarrassing. I'm going to have to give this a bit more. And my front tail shaft, I can hear it slapping around like you wouldn't believe. It's not great.
Boys give me a bit of stick about me run up. Shaun goes any further down that way, he'll be in Birdsville, be in the car park. He's only getting halfway up too.
Oh, surely he'll get up it.
Oh, it's just soft. I'm just bogging down all the way.
Go, go, go!
Can't do it. That's me.
Have a real go.
That's my real go.
Oh, okay.
All right.
The old farm truck just hasn't got the legs to make this one, and she's bogged straight down to the leaf springs.
Yeah, Jocko, I might come back down and get you to just jump in front because I might even need you to snatch me up or try as a tandem all the way to the top.
But we've set up the D-MAX support vehicle for exactly this reason, and with the farm truck hooked up to a snatch, it's all systems go.
Now, a lot of armchair experts are probably thinking, Shauno, just let your tyres down. And yes, you'd be right, I could let them down a lot more because they're probably about 28 PSI, which is way too much for desert driving. But the thing you need to consider is I'm running split rims. Now, they run a tube inside. If you let those bad boys down too much, what will actually happen is a tube will get sucked up into the rim and spin, and then you can damage your tube as well. And I don't really want to get too many flats out here. As you saw, I've already had a flat on this trip.
Copy, Shaun, you ready, mate?
Yeah, take it away, mate. Good luck.
Likewise, let's do it. All right, come on, D-MAX. So guys, I think the farm truck got to the same spot it was before. All right, we'll do that again. That was just a rehearsal.
Give it all a jandle, Jocko.
There we go, that's better.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, support truck all the way!
Come on.
Oh no!
Ah, that's us, mate.
Oh no, I'm right at the top, spewing.
You came close. I got to give it to you, at least that's the furthest up the hill I made it so far, mate.
I think it's pulled me into the soft sand right at the top.
See if you can just go back and just get me up another metre, you'll have me.
Nah, I'm stuck. I think Graham might need to give me a little sneak.
Well, sometimes big dogs have got to step up. They couldn't make it, so they're calling on the littler dog. The little dog's going to try and give you a sneak out of here in the old G60. What I'm hopeful of here, though, Jocko, is that my rear bar stays attached to the vehicle.
It's a big ask for the little G60 and a lot of weight, but shy of ripping the rear bumper off it, a winch is our best option.
Rightio, you're all stigged up, mate. I really only need to get you about a car length, though.
Yeah, I'm good. Good luck, boys. You got a pretty heavy trailer, Jocko.
I feel honoured that I'm being recovered by automotive history while pulling up automotive history.
No, mate, you are not budging a centimetre. You're just dragging me forward. Because you're stuck and you're under load on a snatch strap.
The winch is a no-go. There's just not enough weight behind the G60. So it's on to the old-fashioned method. We're going to start digging.
Our support vehicle's getting supported.
Yeah, classic Jocko. Tries to help, ends up being a liability.
Of course, with the snatch strap tight, there's no going forward. So we need to pull the D-MAX back and regroup.
That's it.
There we go. They work.
Just want to say thanks for the recovery, Jocko. Thank you, mate.
All right, shall we back down, have one more, no more?
I'm always down for one more, no more, mate. Take it away, Captain Jocko.
I've had to jump in here just to make sure that you... Wow! Wowzers! Holy jangles! Stick it to a man! Stick it to the man! Hold on to your hats! Yes! Yes! Oh, come on! Holy heck! Yeah! Exciting.
Up and over.
That's how it's done, mate. Cracker.
Well done, Jocko. That was a good drive.
Well,
That was pretty epic.
it really was. We used only 3/4 of our fuel supplies doing that one.
Yeah, the D-MAX is lighter, but that's because I just used all the fuel in the tank.
No, it was really good. But we made the right call using the two straps because it let you get up and over that. And when I was in the tough bit, you were already over.
Yeah.
And you pulled me last way. I had to go down from third, second, first, and I just over
Just
the
chugged
end.
along.
It's a pretty big dune. It's pretty deceiving. So I think low range, I'm going to hit it third gear. I'm going to set my controller to U9, so I'm going to bring in that throttle response very early, and fingers crossed I get to the top.
Look at this.
Power!
Oh, hang on, no, he won't. Not a chance. This is the hard bit. Come on, Pete, you got it. You're so close.
That's as far as I got, but I had a Land Cruiser on the back.
1977 my car was made, Pete.
Hey, Pete. We just had a bit of a team meeting up here. We're all thinking it might be best if I bring the farm truck back down and put 2 snatch straps on and I'll just pull you up there.
I appreciate it, boys. Thank you.
Ultimate 9.
Get another gear. Another gear, all right. Just runs out of puff, doesn't it? No, it's not.
There we go. Hey, that's the way, Pete.
Just, I reckon.
Oh, mate, you got to give it some mumbo.
Yeah, baby. Third gear, let's get it done. Oh, steady.
Just pure torque. Pure torque. Sails up.
There we go. How good's that? Up and over. Big Rig loves it. Absolutely loves it.
With that dune crossing eating up a lot of time in the day, we need to get some distance covered. With the threat of the eastern side of the desert potentially being impassable, we need to be prepared for a lot more Ks of travel to get back out of the desert if that is the case. But even when you've got your head down, sometimes it's hard not to take in just how truly breathtaking this place is.
Look at that! Couple of camels.
How cool is that?
Graham, I can see a striking resemblance to you in those camels.
Good looking critters, aren't they?
Man, that is really cool. Out in the desert, seeing something like that, pretty iconic little thing.
Man, I love this place. It's stunning. Absolutely stunning. If you've never done this, Mo, get out of here. Give it a crack. Shauno, mate, it's just about this time of night. You go through so many different ranges of emotions. A couple of hours ago, I was just about ready to set this whole bus on fire, but right now, sun's going down, all the colours are starting to pop. I'm back in love with it, mate. Just absolutely having the time of my life driving this old rig.
Mate, I couldn't agree more. I've been through a range of emotions today, but right now, we're in the peak of golden hour. It's o'clock, and I'm loving it too, mate. Well, golden hour in the Simpson Desert, it really doesn't get much better than that. Absolutely stunning. The days are ticking over on the adventure and it's slow going with the old trucks, but spirits are really high and the rigs are holding together.
Hay River track. For us, this kind of marks, roughly speaking, the halfway point of the trip. This is officially the Hay River track and the Madigan Line, both together. Now, further down here, we do know the Simpson is in flood. How bad? We've got no idea. The fact of the matter is, though, regardless, we have to push on this way because you're not allowed to go east to west on the Madigan Line. So we can't actually retreat. Fingers crossed, we're going to be okay. For now, though, 1 foot in front of the other, or in the case of the big G60, 1 tyre in front of the other. Oh my! These are the worst corrugations I've ever experienced.
Oh my goodness! I'm a bit worried about the vehicle. It's only held together with a few bolts. Holy dooly. You may think the desert is just sand, but in actual fact it offers a range of spectacular terrain, including a number of these salt flats you have to cross.
Have a go at this salt flat, mate. You would not want to get out in the middle of that after a bit of rain.
I'll tell you what, even the sides seem a bit squishy. There's a bit of moisture hanging around.
I always get bloody nervous trying to cross across these little salt flats. I know the sand dunes are only over there, but you go down out here, mate, it can be a bit of a rigmarole.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I'm actually giving you a little bit of space. It looks a bit wet up there.
Yeah, she's wet where I am now. Whoa! Holy heck, yeah, you're going to have to watch yourself through there, boys. She's real wet.
I've got it in 4 high. I can hear the whole front tail shaft just chattering along. I've probably got no option but to use four-wheel drive here. Oh, it's slippery. It's like skating on ice.
It looks pretty skatey from back here, Shaun.
Oh, wow, that's crazy.
Oh,
Holy heck, it's the dance of the drunken hippo.
Oh, I just made it. Yes, go to the pump truck. Go to the pump truck. Yes.
It's going to be interesting to see how I go with a bit of a fuel load on the back.
Looks like it's getting even worse up there now.
Just don't stall it, starter motor boy.
Well, I don't know if this is a good idea. Oh dear. Oh, I'm just in the... Oh! I'm all over the place!
These flats are just the start of what is a 100-kilometre journey. And as it turns out, the floods have not abated at all on the eastern side of the desert. In fact, we've been told the only way to cross is by plane or by boat, neither of which we have. If this part of the track is anything to go by, we're in trouble, because 40 k's ahead lies this, an inland sea seemingly impassable by four-wheel drive.
Well, of course, when we first started planning this trip, we were hoping to make Birdsville, have a beer in the Birdsville Hotel.
Yep. Unfortunately, this section through here,
yeah,
she's impassable at the moment.
Exactly right. There's a massive catchment area through there, big basin, and it's filled up. It's apparently like an inland ocean at the moment. So instead of going to Birdsville, which is only this far,
it's that far on the map,
we have to go
3 times that, 4 times that, 3 times that.
Up into Mount Dare again. So that's taking, I guess, straight down the old French line. The only sort of issue we've got now is we're getting a little bit low on everything. I mean,
everything's
fuel's getting quite low. Water, I'm down to half a jerry can at the moment.
I've got 20 litres.
Do you?
That's it.
Yeah, that's just about the same as
Zero.
me. I've got a little bit more in there as well. Look, I'm not going to say it's absolute panic mode at the moment, but we do need to conserve what we've got in order to get there. It's still a massive distance. And the problem with distance out here, when you talk about 300 odd kilometres, it doesn't sound like much, but 300 kilometres usually means about 3 days out
roughly speaking.
Because I'm doing about 20 to 30 k's an
That's
hour.
a good...
Fingers crossed we have no dramas between here and there.
We're just about as remote as you're going to get in Australia, and supplies are dwindling. We're staring down the barrel of a potential 500-kilometre journey back through the unknown terrain, and with the old trucks nursing some mechanical dramas, things are getting a little bit serious. But that's for you guys to find out next time.
We're 500 kilometres into a now 1,000-kilometre round trip in the Simpson Desert, one of the most remote parts of Australia.
You do feel very isolated because if you go down around here, you're stuck for days.
The track out is flooded, which means we need to find our way back out.
Everyone's got a couple of gremlins in nursing at the moment.
Things are running very, very low.
The dunes are getting bigger, fuel is low, and time is running out. Fuel is going to be, I reckon, that close.